see that? Did y'all did y'all see that shit? Up last night. I went live just a little bit early because y'all know my shit be tweaking. And I don't know why. I have no idea why. I went live just a little bit early. Anyway, you said that you signed the deal and you said something made you check out or whatever. You answered the question. What was the answer to that question? Like, what was the bad part of the deal for you?
Oh, the deal itself wasn't actually bad. It's just my understanding, our understanding at the time for what a standard contract wasn't up to par. Um, we didn't understand, nothing about a 360 deal, meaning whatever they put out, they get back once everything going the way it's supposed to. So we're not up on game about that. We don't know what all that is. So we believe in that, hey, it's a bad deal, but it's actually what goes on in the music industry every day. You know what I'm saying? It's the only way that they can assure that they get their money back. But at the time, we was thinking that they was, messing us over, which they probably could have been in a way, but it wasn't all bad. It was pretty much our understanding was worse than the contract, really.
All right. Do you feel like that situation like slowed down your momentum or whatever, what y'all was building, as far as you moving forward in your music career or whatever?
I feel like the small success that we had played more of a part than messing us over than anything else. As long as we didn't have a song on the radio that was playing 10, 15 times a day, and we was going here and here doing shows, we was the closest thing to brothers you could possibly be. But egos started playing on us. You know what I'm saying? Then you got different people and different artists. You got people telling me, man, hey, you the reason why everybody, you know what I'm saying? Then you probably had people telling Lil John, man, say, man, you bring all the energy, woo to woo. So you got this many different people that got their own fan base, and these are the people that's playing on us. You know what I'm saying? And really, before you knew it, we was all trying to pretty much separate and do our own thing anyway, because this is what we was hearing from so many different people. Even with our solo projects, we was all a part of them. Everybody was on everybody's songs. It was just we felt like that the money would be better if we did our own thing. So like I say, really, the little bit of success we did had played more part on our downfall than anything. And then by the time we really figured out what was going on, and what the situation was, then the momentum had went down. So it was us seeing a little piece of the cake that messed us over, and then by the time we got it together to come back to the table to see with the cake was already gone. You know what I'm saying? Or it was a little bit to none there left.
So, well, and for the people who don't know, tell the people what group you was a part of in y'all song.
Oh yeah, Chef the Kid, better known as Sonny Cash now, but I was part of Trap Squad Cartel. We had the song "So I Should" from
So I
2008,
see.
2009, kind of ran the radio at the time around the DFW area, pretty much around Texas. It
Right,
made it,
right, right.
it made it out a few other places, Louisiana and a couple other places, but more so in Texas is where we pretty much stamped it in here in Texas around that time.
Okay, so now in your song, Red Bottoms, it was a solo project that you did by yourself.
Yeah.
You worked with Roy Lee. Well, it's a feature of Roy Lee in that video. How did that come about, and what was y'all friendship like?
Um. Okay. So Roy Lee, man, RIP, that's my guy. We Before that video, we didn't have a relationship. I actually did that because when I was putting the project together, the Sonny Cash story, when I was putting it together, I'm a person that like to use skits, uh,
Mm-hmm.
to come before certain songs or after certain songs. And so I had ran into the skit where he was talking about the dude saving women and all that. And I wanted to put it right before that song, the Red Bottom song, but I didn't want to just take his skit and use him without him, at least stamping it or saying okay. And then when I came up with the idea of shooting the video for that song, it only made sense to reach out to him and try to get him to be a part of it. I called him. Uh, man, he real cool, real humble dude. We actually built a relationship after that. You know what I'm saying? I think I was the first person to actually put him in a video. Uh,
Mm.
so you know what I'm saying. And he didn't even try. He didn't try to knock me across the head. He understood. You know what I'm saying. I was doing everything out of pocket. I had one person helping me, but for the most part, everything that I was doing. So he didn't overcharge me, no crazy stuff like that. I sent him half the money. When he got here, I gave him the rest. We did what we had to do, laugh, joke, and then we had to go on shoot the rest of the video. But yeah, that's how that came about. And we linked up on some other stuff afterwards. He hosted a couple parties for me afterwards. But yeah,
Oh, that's. I used to love Roy Lee. He was funny to me, and it was tragic of him passing the way he did. Like, how did that make you feel as far as looking at how he passed? It was said that he only wanted to just squabble up, you know what I mean? But then he ended up getting hit up, you know what I mean? So how did that make you feel, like looking at it, being an outsider looking in, or somebody that was close to him?
uh, it was like you said, it was tragic. And it touched me for the simple fact that it kind of gave me the understanding that this type of thing can happen to anybody. He was probably as far out the way as you could be. You know what I'm saying? When you consider being a street nigga, because of course, though he was out the way, though he was a comedian, he still was a street nigga. So uh, he was still, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, he wasn't in the whole rap scene or whatever case may be. As far as being a rapper, talking about how tough he is, whoop to whoop. So when something like that happened, it always touch you in a different type of way. Uh, and like I say, we living in the time to where the whole squabbling now that's out the window. Because even if y'all do,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, even if you do squabble and whoever lose, if it's not the right person to take that L, then that's gonna happen anyway. You know what I'm saying? The best thing
Facts.
to try to do is, like I say, stay out the way, all the way. But sometimes trouble can find you more times than not. So yeah, it hurt me. It hurt me because I had future plans for us. I actually wrote a movie when I was incarcerated the time before this last time, and while I was writing it, I was steady thinking about where I could fit them in, and then that happened. So that's
Ah,
crazy.
that's tragic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's tragic, man. And then I think he was supposed to be doing another movie before he ended up passing as well. So yeah, I thought he was gonna be somebody that was like on the rise, finna really do big things. So yeah, that fucked me up for real. And then okay, so also in that video you had our good friend Hector in there. And in this sector that I'm in, I'm gonna tell you, it's called the Mo 3 sector. After Mo 3 passed, they created this sector where everybody was investigating what happened to Mo 3. I got tied in because of my ties to what happened to with Hector. I wanted to know, like, I don't know, I was just kind of sucked in.
Hmm.
So you were also close to Hector at a time, and it seemed like as I went through your page, you had a whole bunch of memories with him. Can you kind of explain your friendship with him and like how you met him? And yeah.
Yeah. Man, hit go back to I think we met when maybe I was in the fifth, sixth grade.
Mm.
They stayed not too far from my sister. I used to go to my sister's house all the time. Um, we had different mamas, the same daddy, so we stayed in separate houses. But I would go always be over there, and that's how I actually met him when we was real small. But we even after that we got a little older. I was rapping with another group called Ghetto Troopers, based out of Butler Housing. But we was like
Shout out, shout out to the Brothers, man. That's where I first remember him from, y'all. Just to let y'all know. The
Yeah.
Butlers is yeah, that's our old stomping grounds. But go ahead.
So we had linked up with a guy from Poly named Roy J, and we would go um to another spot in East Fort Worth where we rap, and then Heck and a couple of his kinfolk stayed down the way, so we would run into them a lot. They was called at the time Little Thugs, but they was rapping. You know, we was rapping, we were doing our own thing, they was doing their own thing, and so we would go to the spot and we would rap or whatever the case may be. But late, here more recently, me, him, and the guys from SDS, we formed together a label called Money Made, and that's actually me. I was the CEO, but we ran it like a team. It wasn't no big eyes and little U's. So we actually got matching tattoos. Me and Hick, we got them on the
Oh
same.
really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will show you, but I don't feel like taking it out. But if you see, yeah, yeah. If you see the picture where he holding his hand like that, his on his chest, but mine on my arm. But that's
Oh,
the
that's
label,
a
the label, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I've been
eh,
knowing Buddy for a long time. You know what I'm saying? We like I say, brothers, blood couldn't make us, no closer. And I still carry that relationship with the rest of the fellas from SDS. Most, nah, not most, all of them is actually blood relatives. Shout out Payroll, shout out Deuce, shout out Top.
yeah. Shout out to the gang, man.
Yeah.
Um, so the night that I hate to bring you back to this, but the night that Hector passed, I wanted to clear up a clear few narratives that are being spun. That Mo3 made a song called True Story, and in that song he referred to what happened at the club that night and said that he had been set up. Now people are liking to spin that and say that Hector was the one that set him up because Hector had brought him there. And how many times had Mo3 had how many times do you know of that Hector had brought Mo3 to BT's?
Um. Well, see, that's where it's a misunderstanding already. The incident itself didn't happen at BT's. It happened at after hour I-35. But
Mm-hmm.
that night, well, actually early on the evening, he called me and he invited me to the show. And I'm not sure what I was doing or whatever it was to where I didn't make it. But I was like right down the street, literally, to where what I'm saying, I could probably walk if I really wanted to be there. But the
Mm-hmm.
traffic wasn't an issue. But like I say, that's how close I was. But I know that one time for sure. But Prada, another RP Prada, part of the squad, had brought Mo3 to Flash. Like he was the first one to book Mo3 and forward. But as far as going back to the question, I think that was the first time, maybe the second time that Have was actually
Mm-hmm.
involved with bringing Mo3 to the city. But
Exactly.
yeah, but after that, actually he didn't want to even turn me on to Mo3. Uh, he was telling me about the guy, and then I heard him like singing and rapping some of his songs. I was asking like, hey man, who was that? I was like, man, that's what I've been telling you about three roof the roof. And then so one time we was riding, and he was playing the CD, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, cold. And yeah, he loved it three. Uh, so after the show at BT, everything went perfect at BT's. It was after BT's when the owner of the after hours um invited Mo3 to come make a little extra money down the way, probably from BT's to I-35 was probably like 6 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So of course, with it being his birthday, it's not even 10 minutes away. He took the deal. But now Hick didn't have nothing to do with that. That was more so that situation had more to do with the misunderstanding that Yayo and Three had. From what I heard, allegedly, this how it was supposed to have went. Uh, the dude, what his name? No Flaw Peach. He spoke on it
Mm-hmm.
about Yayo wanting to get on the stage with Three. That's not how I heard it. I heard it that when Yayo sing maybe on live or whatever case may be, that that three was in the city. You know, this is around the time when they was bumping heads. When he
Mhm.
saw that three was in the city, he went to the after hour where he was, and he ran into a couple guys that he was having his own beef with that was actually from the city first.
Mhm.
Some people call hood rich, some hood rich people, or whatever the case may be, and they was trying to press they was trying to press Yayo at first, and Yayo was able to flip the situation and was like, "Oh man, y'all worry about me, but we got this Dallas nigga talking about forget the city and that's the city, whatever the case may be." And so
Right.
right then, that's when they well, hey, well, let's see what this dude talking about then. You know what I'm saying? And so uh, from what I heard, this is when Chico was able to get them out the back door where their vehicles was. But now, where their vehicles was, it's a gate that kind of protects the vehicle. So what I'm saying, pedestrians can't just go, tall ass fence and
Right.
everything.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. So now they outside, they out the way of, you feel what I'm saying, what's going on inside the club. They say, but now they still locked in. And allegedly, uh, this is when Hick went outside. Some people say he went outside and was shooting in the air. Some people say he just went outside. But whatever happened outside, I don't know because I wasn't there and I never seen the video. But a lot of people said that he went outside and was shooting in the air. And it take a lot for me to say this, but it's just one of them situations that shouldn't have happened, and it ended up real tragic. You know what I'm saying, for my
Right.
guy. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Heck, man. Long live Heck. I can't stress that enough. Like I heard that before that he had shot in the air, and then I heard that the same thing that he was just out there. Now, after he was hit, he went to the hospital and he didn't pass initially. Everybody was like rooting for him to pull through that situation.
Yeah.
I don't think and you can tell me how you feel. When it happened, did anybody initially be like, fuck Mo3? Was anybody kind of like, or was it a situation where damn, we just hope Heck pulled through? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, honestly, we all was like fuck Mo3, even though
mm,
it was a situation that I would say, and I would say have kind of put itself in that line. Uh,
mm,
but at the same time, once I was able to sit and think and come to my senses, this has come with the street politics, man. That dude trying to make it home to his family. Uh, half could have possibly stood in the way of that, and dude was trying to get home. So at first, everybody was like, what I'm saying, fuck three. But as time went on, time healed wounds, and we was able to talk amongst the fellas. Everybody that kind of had a problem with it, we kind of accepted. We kind of accepted it a little more, a little easier as the time went on. There's a couple people at the guys out there that don't care what happened or had happened. It just is what it is. They fuck 3-2 is over. But it's a couple other guys, even some closest to him, like first cousins, that understand
mm.
and real grown about the situation. I never stopped listening to the dude music. I feel like he was one of the most talented artists that DFW ever seen. So
That's real. That's real. That's real coming from you. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like a lot of people won't admit that they
mhm,
did still listen to his music and they still, rock with him. So
yeah.
that's a big that's a big thing. So okay, now fast forward. Now we don't lost we okay, first we lost Heck, then we lost Roy Lee. Now you fast forward to November 11, 2020. Mo3, the news hit that Mo3 is on the freeway on 35. Where were
Yeah.
you at and what was your thoughts on that situation?
Well, I think when I got that news, if I'm not mistaken, I think, on my way or leaving work, and I didn't feel no better. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I think I was kind of messed up about it. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Mm.
I had I think I kind of through the music and through the pain, and even with the situation with Hick and all that, I kind of distantly built my own relationship. I had my own understanding on how I felt about the guy. You know what I'm saying? I understood that he was a dude that went through a lot and probably had to see a lot and do a lot in order to survive. And so even with that situation and that happening to somebody as close to me as Hick, I still wouldn't
Hmm.
out there for him. That, you know what I'm saying? Because that,
Right.
yeah, that happening to Hick hurt me. So I know he got people that was hurt about that too. So it wasn't nothing that I was happy about or whatever. Now some of the guys was, some of the
Man,
guys, yeah.
what was your timeline like on that day? Like, what did you like? What was your timeline on social media like? It was crazy. It was crazy. I said, go ahead, tell me what you seen.
Yeah, I mean, no, it was pretty much. I pretty much saw what you saw. Probably just a little more of it. People probably tagged me in it a little more, but and I probably played on it and said something that kind of go with what they were saying. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
it kind of expected me to feel. You feel me?
Hmm.
And, but at the end of the day, it wasn't nothing that I felt cool with. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that that I would have called for him. I actually was hoping that he was gonna be the one that knocked the doors down. To
Right.
yeah, I was actually looking forward to him being the one to knock the doors down as far as the music scene go around here. To make
Yeah,
people
super talented, super talented. You know what
yeah
I mean?
yeah and Rainwater uh they don't. I mean of course a lot of people don't give him the credit because Mo three was so talented, but just knowing and hearing, from other people how or what kind of dude the Mo3 was, for him to be able to deal with what kind of dude he was and to start his career, even though he was as talented as he was, still was
Hmm.
still a nice piece of work. But
So you
shout out.
got to tilt your head to rain a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they was a good look for each other. You know what I'm saying? Rainwater, he
Hmm.
came from the gold mine, but then so did Mo3 because he was always that talented. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just
Right.
Mo3. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He didn't just find Rainwater and he elevated him. He was always that talented, and it could have been somebody else that could have did it, but they didn't. You see what I'm saying? So you know, if it was that easy, if it was that easy because he was that talented, then anybody should have did it or would have did it.
Right.
Mhm.
That's real. Now I got one question that I forgot to ask you on that last thing about. Okay, I sent you a video, right? And you don't have to say nothing, but was that the first time you ever heard that before?
Yeah, I didn't even know this was a thing. Mind you, I just
Mm-hmm.
came home. I haven't even been home that long. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I came home on the 14th, and so the whole social media thing, I kind of been behind on. I didn't even know this was a thing. That's why, and I'm glad you brought me up to speed with it. Because I definitely feel like I had to speak my piece on the situation. But yeah, so that's my first time hearing that, but it's also my first time hearing anything about it. Period. And the longer,
Oh,
a long time because so much other stuff happened day to day.
right.
To where I'm saying it's easy to look over what happened 7, 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying when you got
Mm-hmm.
7, 8 minutes or 7, 8 hours ago. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Facts. I understand.
But
Now
I'm glad.
that go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was finna just say, but I am glad that y'all shedding light on it. And yeah, it's one of them things I definitely because it by all being so messy. And I look at that video. I look at that video sometimes, and it touched me because uh, just one situation, I lost two people that I was pretty cool with, and
Mm-hmm.
you feel what I'm saying? One that I couldn't be no closer with, and one that I was starting to build a relationship with. Uh, so yeah, I look at that video a lot, and it's kind of hard because I want to understand. You know,
Right.
understand why did it have to get to this point? You feel what I'm saying? But
Right.
then, some things ain't for me to understand. I just got to take it and run.
Now, with that being said, how do you feel about the music in Fort Worth as of now. You know, you got Johnny D just popped on with the band. You
Yeah.
know, Yayo, he out, but I don't know if he gonna put nothing out. You know, but would you ever work with those type of artists? Like, even though you know Yayo got his past and Johnny kind of dancing and shit, but would you work with them?
Yeah. I work with both of them because I know. See those type of dudes got core fans. You see what I'm saying? When you
Mm-hmm.
when you think of Yayo, um, whether people want to say it or not, he made people start dyeing their hair. You know, whether if it was kids,
Mm-hmm.
his influence, his influence on the city was hell of it. That's one thing that you can't take from. You know what I'm saying? And I know that all it takes is for him to get his mind right. And then, by him being so talented, all he gotta do is get his mind right and he'll be right back on top if he wanna be. Same thing with Johnny. Johnny's talented enough for two motherfuckers. He was able to get himself in position, but before this he was able to get Enchanting in position. So
Right.
of course, not only would I work with them, I want to build a nice bond, a nice relationship with them type of people because those type of people can be around for a long time, whether it's them, you know, them themselves or what they can do in order to put other people in position. So yeah, I work with them and a lot of other people. A lot of other people. If I pretty much if I won't work with you, then you fucked up in some type of way. If I won't work.
Right, cause you cool as hell. Now, Twisted Black, have you ever reached out to Twisted Black and tried to do anything with him?
No. I don't like Twisted Black as a person. When we was when we first was trying to put our thing together as far as Trap Squad. He was one of the first people that we reached out to. We just wanted to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to be accepted. We figured it would have been easier for us to go and try to latch on to something that was already ready made. You feel what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
by, by Twisted Black already having his platform and he already got his following and everything. We wanted to latch on to something. And I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and Prada went up there to A to Z. That's what it was before they changed the name. It's called Hot Shots now, right here
Mhm.
on Board. Uh, we went up to them. We had been pressing our CDs up all day, probably like 5 or 6 songs on the CDs. And we had talked, we had amped each other up. Hey, man, we're going to go up there. You know what I'm saying? Holler at Black, give him the CD, man. We're going to be good. We're going to be on. And so we did that. We went up there, and dude wouldn't even take the CD. He said he didn't have time. And I don't know if that was what we needed to hear or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna pretty much say we probably needed to hear. And the thing about it is we didn't even look at it no kind of way. But
Right.
once we start doing our own thing and we start making our own name, mind you, this is like he probably been locked up at this time maybe 3 4 years maybe.
Mhm.
Well, on the next mixtape that he dropped, he throwing slugs at us. I think it was something he said about all you boys in the city making a name and ain't saying my name or Twisted Black name or whatever the case may be. That's when I took offense of it because I was like, "Hey, dude, I don't know if you remember, in my mind, or
Right.
I don't know if you remember who we is, but we came to you. We was looking for your stamp just to even say that we had what it took to make it to where we made it. You feel what I'm saying? So nah, but to be real, that's something that I'm gonna have to sit down with myself and hash that out. I gotta get over that. That's something that happened, man, almost 20 years ago. Uh,
Right.
and that's something that I can't hold on to if I'm trying to look forward, especially with him having so much influence in the city. He one of the people. Now, as far as artists, amazing. Like I don't think
Right.
no out rap them in the city. If you on a song with Twisted Black, you better go back and write your verse twice before you think that's the one. So I don't take nothing away from his music genius. It's just the Twisted Black that we see now, the one that's able to reach his hand out to the folks. He wasn't that Twisted Black when we needed him. So
Right.
my opinion of Twisted Black ain't gonna be the same one that everybody else have because I met him at a different time. So maybe I
Right.
should maybe I should reach out to him And
Yeah, because I could definitely hear you singing while he telling a good ass story on the beat. You know what I mean? I could definitely hear that happening.
yeah,
So yeah.
you're not the first to say that. And the crazy part about it is I can hear the shit. You know, so
Mm,
and then of course I want him to be a part of this movie that trying to get together. It's called Scandal. We're trying to get everything in line for it. So I wouldn't want to do it without him. So yeah, that's something I'm gonna just have to sit down and actually just say, you know what, go holler at the man on some manly stuff. Be willing to,
right.
you know what I'm saying, be willing to be wrong, uh, and understand that I could be wrong about what happened back then or whatever case may be. Because what if he would have said yeah? What we would have
Right.
went to do, you know what I'm saying? What we would have went on to do, what we did. Maybe that was the fuel that we needed to, go off and do what we needed to do for
And
ourselves. So
then pride to hold you back from what could possibly happen. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Pride to stop that. Like you said, you done heard it before. You done heard it in your head before. I'm not the first person to tell you. All it takes is one good song, and y'all take off from there. You get what I'm saying? So you never know the possibilities. You know, you never know. So
yeah,
I just
and
want to tell you to just keep it, stay focused. Just don't let pride stop you from all your possibilities. You know,
nah,
reach out to that man.
that's definitely something that I would hate to be the reason why we don't work together is because of my pride. Again, I would definitely need to sit down with him and get a better understanding on where we at today. You know what I'm saying? Where we was in 2006, seven, whatever when we first. That can't be. We can't be the same people. So yeah, I'm more than willing to work with them. But when the question was, have I? And I that's so my answer
Mm.
was no. And but yeah, I will though. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have plans right now of like dropping new music? What you working on other than the movies and stuff?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely working on something right now called All Out of Love. I'm working on a EP called All Out of Love. Oh, and it's actually it's a I'm gonna say like it's the way I'm feeling lately. You know what I'm saying? I did
Mm,
a lot of people put my freedom in my life on the line for a few people that that I don't feel like would do the same for me. And like I said, I was gone for a little stretch, and a lot of people that I was expecting to be there uh, come through. You know, chunk a couple dollars. They did. You know what I'm saying? The people that the people that was there for me is the people that you'll see around me when everything gets going on. But to answer the question, yeah, I'm working on a EP called All Out of Love. I got a couple people that I'm looking forward to working with on that. But of course, I don't want to do too many features because it's only gonna be 7 songs now. So if I do some features, it's only gonna be like two or three, and maybe
mm.
two of them gonna be on one song. Because it's more so about me and how I'm feeling right now. So it's gonna be a lot of pain, uh, true stories. You know, pretty
I
freaky.
think I think that's when you at your best. The rawest form of art is when you really putting yourself into it. You know what I mean? Like I write poetry and stuff, and so my best poetry is when I was at my lowest point. You know, so that when you putting your all into your music, you probably finna come out with some fire ass shit. You know, and I can't wait to hear it. So keep me posted. Today when I was writing out the questions for your interview. I had went on your YouTube, y'all. He got a YouTube channel, it's Sonny Cash, and your whole album is up there from start to finish, and you can just listen to it, and it's a whole vibe. I feel like it's a vibe for men. It's a whole bunch of joints on there for the ladies. You can tell you like a male, you like the ladies, but I feel like you are really, really talented. You know what I mean? So don't stop working. And you handsome as hell. My homegirl, my best friend used to have a crush on you when we lived in the projects. I'm just putting it out there, money.
You change
Yeah,
their
she
mind.
used
They're
to.
like, "Listen now."
Now she married now. She married now. She live in New Orleans. But I'm gonna have to tell her. I'm gonna have to tell her I did this interview. I didn't even tell her I was doing this, but I'm gonna have to tell her like, girl,
Yeah,
I did an interview with Boogie Girl.
yeah.
But
That,
yeah.
Look, tell her she should have pulled up on me, man. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm glad you took the time. I'm not gonna take too much of your time for real. I had one more question. Every year, well, for a couple of years after Hector passed, they used to do like a celebratory like balloon release or a party for his birthday. Do they still have that going on in the city?
Man, I don't know what they do, but his
Mhm.
family is so close. Every time they get together, it's forever. Regardless
Okay.
of what he do, his family ain't never fell out. Uh,
Okay.
they know and they keep me in the loop every time they got something going on. They always invite me. If I'm able to go, I make sure I go because they always been like family to me. They always treated me like such. So regardless on what the city doing, somebody always representing for Hector. Every time you can think somebody doing something, yeah, they doing it for Hector for
Cause
sure.
he was a good dude, man, and I hated that the narrative was getting spun that he done set him up or all this shit. So I was like, let me get some people that knew him for real, cause I could scream to the mountaintop, but I needed to bring people that had real accounts of who he was, and I'm glad that you could come and shed light on the situation.
Yeah, no problem. Nah, he wasn't that type of dude at all. You know what I'm saying? He set up wasn't his thing. Nah, he'll go broke before he set a nigga up. That wasn't his thing.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we've been broke before. We still broke. So yeah, setting somebody up was never his thing. You know what I'm saying?
So do you have an Instagram or do you how do people find you? How can people reach out to you if they want to find you?
Yeah. The IG is Sonny underscore cash underscore. My Facebook is Jamel Sonny Cash Hall. Uh, and the YouTube is Money Made Records. So yeah, go look all of them up. And that's where all the music gonna be dropping it on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try to find a way to get it to all the other platforms too. I gotta see which one I wanna fuck with, United Masters or the other one. I forgot the other one is, but I'm thinking about United Masters right now. I was looking up some as far as what they offer today. So yeah, it's
Well,
gonna be
let's go. Let's
yeah.
go. Big things happening for 2026. I love to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you get on up out of here while I close this on now. I gotta do some editing because my internet was acting retarded. But thank you so much for coming and doing this for me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Y'all, no one said Hex at Mo3 up. Mo3 said it himself. He felt like he was set up. Okay. Precious, you a little bit behind, baby. If you go check my wall out, he made a whole status about how Hector didn't set him up. He said it was a setup from something else. So don't come in here on the ass end and stuff trying to get your 2 cents because the interview over. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I was gonna pre-record it right because I was like, man, the last time somebody came up there, y'all acted a whole damn ass. So I was like, I'm gonna pre-record it. I even told him, but then I said, you know what? Let me just put my big girl drives on and handle this interview real live, real like I really know that I can. You know, I really can do it. So let me do it live. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody for popping out and pulling up. I hope we put some perspective on some things, you know what I mean? Because they not finna drag heck name as long as I have something to do with it. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you catch the replay and you made it this far, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my content because you know it's real content over here. I can get on bullshit, but it's real content, girl. I just said that. I never said he felt like Hex did it. I don't know what you're saying, girl. Isha, I don't know what you're saying. But I hope y'all enjoyed the interview. If you right here, y'all, I'm gonna have to edit it from the beginning because my internet was acting a damn donkey. It just embarrassing me in front of company. Embarrassing. I don't know what's wrong with my internet, y'all. I don't know. I have the high speed internet. Yeah, I have it, but I live in a small ass town, so I don't know. But I'm finna eat my chicken dinner. Bye, Isha. Thank y'all, Christopher Brown. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keith is very much so Cap. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like
I want to bring y'all people y'all ain't never heard before that ain't got no reason to lie to y'all or make up no bullshit ass narrative. Cause Keith, what he was saying, some things he was hitting on stuff, but sometimes this is what they do. They mix a little bullshit with the real shit and make it some shit to be interested in. But Keith be capping y'all for real, for real, for real. But have a good day.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. We are, yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation, pledge your allegiance.